Hey dreamers, welcome back to the Disney Magical Mindset Podcast. My name is Ruben, your Disney Magic mentor, and I'm here to help you unlock your inner magic, overcome obstacles, and live your own version of the happiest place on earth. I'm so glad you're here. Whether you're on your commute, maybe you're walking through your neighborhood, or just taking a moment to yourself. That's a great thing. I hope this gives you the inspiration you need today. Let me ask you something. What do you do when the dream comes true? You know that when you wish upon a star and it happens, like you're living it. When the thing that you plan for, you were praying for, or you poured your heart and soul into finally happens. Now, most people think that's it. It's the finish line. But Walt Disney, Walt is the man. I mean, he was in a league of his own, but it doesn't mean that we can apply those same things into our own life and ourselves be in a league of our own. Walt saw it differently. And I was so inspired when I listened to this most famous quote from Walt. It's one of his most famous, especially after the opening of Disneyland. And it just hit me. And I was like, ooh, I can't wait to share this with my friends. You know, after opening Disneyland in 1955, his biggest dream had come true. The happiest place on earth. Walt stood in front of his team and he said something that still speaks volumes today. And I wanted to unpack this because it's so powerful. And I believe it's something that we all need, especially for those of us, and I believe that's you, who's on this adventure of a lifetime. Whether that's a dream, a goal, like you've achieved, or you're in it right now, or maybe you're there. Here's what Walt said. He said this, so amazing. Please listen to what Walt said after opening Disneyland. He said, I just want to leave you with this thought, that it's just been a sort of dress rehearsal and that we're just getting started. So if any of you start to rest on your laurels, just forget it, because we are just getting started. Ooh, man, that spoke to me. And my mind just started going in a million different places, because I'm like, wait a minute, Walt, you just built your happiest place on earth. You have just stepped into this dream that you've been dreaming about. You've been thinking about. You've been looking into this dream. You've spent your blood, sweat, tears. Those failures, those moments that you couldn't sleep, those times when everyone told you it could not be done. And now you've got this dream and you are living it, Walt. Walt, you make your grand entrance on the train that you love, coming into the Main Street station for the world to see, there with Mickey Mouse. And literally the world. This was being televised. And you've reached this moment. The dream is realized. You are smiling. Celebrating. And everyone is just in this state of celebration, as they should, and as you should too, Walt. And yet, those words that you still speak, today, that even in the midst of this dream, after you have time to celebrate and the dust kind of settles, you pull your team in, you're like, hey, we're just getting started. We're just getting started. And that's what just gets me, because I'm like, wait a minute, Walt, you're living the dream. How are you just getting started? You've been starting. And this is what I want to explore today, because this truth that Walt drops on us at the grand opening of Disneyland is a truth and a word that I know will encourage you, especially in those moments when we feel like giving up. And those moments when we're just like, where's this dream? Or maybe the moments that you finally reach the dream and you're like, okay, what do I do now? Here it is. I want to share this magic with you today. So are you ready? Here we go. I need to give you a little bit of context, because in 1955, July 17, 1955 to be exact, that's when Disneyland opened. That's the big celebration. In fact, if you've been in and around the Disneyland Resort, you know that we are celebrating the 70th anniversary. So there's just a lot of celebrations. I mean, it is the place to be. I love it. I was just there a couple days ago. Now, people said it couldn't be done. I mean, they laughed at the idea of a theme park. Walt mortgaged everything. He risked everything just to make it happen. And guess what? It did. Families showed up. Magic filled the air. The dream was real. But this is the part that, I wish I could just sit down with Walt Disney and talk to him about this moment and the grand opening and what it was like to come in on the train or to be in his apartment and to see the people out there just having a great time. And as much as I know Walt was celebrating, he had to, and you have to celebrate those moments. Listen, when you reach the dream or those milestones on the way to your dream, you have to celebrate. But here's where we take our cue from Walt. Here's where we take our inspiration. Because what I know about Walt is he wasn't going to simply sit in his celebration forever. Ooh, come on, Walt. Instead, he looked around at everything he had built up to this moment, which is crazy because it's amazing everything that he did. And here's what Walt said in his mind. I'm sure he was thinking this. Yeah, we're just getting started. We're just getting started. To him, Disneyland wasn't a conclusion. It was a launch pad, my friends. It wasn't the end. It was almost like it was just the beginning. It was like, and this is what dreamers do. This is what people who have vision and insight and have this desire for something bigger and greater than themselves. They know that when they reach the thing that they're reaching, that yes, they celebrate, yes, they embrace it and they enjoy it, but they know that there's still so much more magic to offer the world, right? And here's what you and me have to see today. I want to share these 3 mindset shifts that I believe you and me can hold on to. So whether your dream has come true, or maybe you're still chasing it, or you feel like it's falling apart, here it is. The first thing I want to share with you is this. If you've reached the dream, awesome. Yes, celebrate, but don't settle, reset. Yeah, if you've reached the dream, don't settle, reset. Don't settle, reset. Yeah, you hit the goal. Woo! You got the job. Amazing. The dream is happening. And my friends, if you're there, that is so amazing. I just want to celebrate with you. And I'm clapping here with you. Yes. So amazing. But here's the truth. Success can quietly convince you to stop growing. Like there's one thing, it's great to be successful, but what happens is that when you experience success, it is easy to sit in that success and stay in that success. And what you have to understand is that success will only carry you or will only cause you to feel a certain way of celebration for so long, right? Yes, you have to sit in it, but you cannot use that as an excuse to no longer grow because Walt didn't stop. And after Disneyland opened, guess what he did? He went on to build more lands, the monorail, right? New technologies. And eventually he dreamed up Epcot. I mean, we see things happen. He went after Mary Poppins. He's like, I'm going to make it happen now. I got some attention now that I can give towards Mary Poppins, right? You see him being consumed with the 1964-65 New York World's Fair. I mean, this is Walt Disney, new attractions, new lands that he was going to create. That's go ahead, Walt. Thank you. And that's the question, isn't it? Isn't that always the question? What now? It's what more? And that's the thing. I'm telling you, that's the tension that we live with. And I don't think that tension goes away, especially for dreamers, because it's always like, well, what do I do next? What else is waiting inside you that the world hasn't seen yet? So reaching the dream, as much as it feels like the finish line, you have to be able to shift and to see it not just only as the finish line, because again, I want to celebrate that, but it's also your reset point. It's also the spark that fuels your next adventure. Yes. So let it stretch you into the next version of yourself. Let it cause you to dream bigger, not safer. And let it remind you always that the magic ahead of you, like the great magic that's ahead of you, is greater than what's behind. Keep going, my friends. There's so much magic to explore, to create, to share. You're just getting started. The second thing I want to share with you that I learned from Walt about opening day and chasing the dream or reaching the dream finally is this. If you're still in the middle, don't panic. Keep building. This is so important. If you're still in the middle, maybe you haven't reached the end yet, and you're wanting to get there, and you might be in a place right now where it's just frustrating and it's just hard. I'm here to encourage you and tell you, don't panic, don't stop, keep building. Maybe you're still in the process of things. You've been working hard. You know that feeling. You've been showing up. You've been trying to stay hopeful. And then you're wondering, when is it going to happen for me? Have you been there? I know I have felt this way. You put in so much work and effort and your heart is all in. And then you're like, well, where is it? Where's the finish line? Where's the happiest place on earth? Where's opening day? It can get discouraging, right? It can feel like you just want to give up and let go. And you have every right to kind of feel like, yo, I'm right here. I've been putting in the work. Listen, I guarantee you, Walt was told no a whole lot more than he was told yes when it came to financing Disneyland, to pitching Disneyland. So many people told him no, until they didn't tell him no, until that one person told him yes about his dream. See, sometimes you leave before you get to experience that breakthrough. So that's why you have to hang in there, and you can't give up and you can't let go. It's like a piñata. Have you ever had a chance to hit a piñata before? Oh man, it's like a fun thing. It's one of the things we do at parties. And the thing about it is, like, if you're the first kid that hits the piñata, it's not the funnest, because that more than likely that piñata's not going to break. However, what happens is if you're like the last kid, everyone else has hit that piñata and they have prepped you for the breaking of the piñata and all the candy to fall out. It's what we call this compound effect. It's like you keep doing it, you keep doing it, you keep doing it, you keep hitting that piñata. Before you know it, the candy is going to fall. The problem is that a lot of people leave before the candy falls. And so they give up while they're in the middle of it, and they let go, and they don't get to stick around to actually cross the finish line because they've let go already. And I'm just here to encourage you, to tell you, the candy's about to break, the piñata's about to burst. You have to hang in there, just like Walt Disney. Yes, he was turned down several times trying to finance Disneyland. He lost Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, which we got Oswald back again. If you go to DCA, Disney California Adventure, you will see Oswald right there as you walk in. Like it's sometimes you get a chance to take pictures with him. He got it back, or the Walt Disney Company got it back. He went bankrupt. He heard a no a lot more than he heard yes. And that did not stop Walt. He kept building. He kept going. He kept having this optimism, this spirit of like, I'm going to make it happen. I know what they say about me, but I'm not going to allow that to stop me from waiting and being still and holding on and hanging in there, because my candy's the piñata's about to burst. Yes, the middle is messy. It can be slow sometimes. And sometimes you feel invisible, but you need to hear me. If you're still becoming, like if you are still moving, if you are still doing, guess what? You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're not late. All right, this isn't Alice in Wonderland and the White Rabbit. You're not behind. Guess what? You're just getting started. Okay. Oh man, take a deep breath with me. That was good. You're just getting started. Yeah, the middle's messy. It's frustrating sometimes, but you have to hang in there and keep doing what you're doing, because if you leave now, you're going to miss that magic kingdom that you've been working so hard. You're going to miss that happiest place on earth that you've been creating, that you've been working towards. Can you imagine if Walt gave up in the middle? Man, we can't even imagine a world without it. And neither will you. All right? So you're just getting started. And the last thing I want to share with you is this. Maybe you're not in the middle, and maybe you haven't crossed the finish line yet. We just addressed those two. Here's this third mindset shift, this magical mindset shift from Walt that I learned from opening day and from Walt Disney about crossing the finish line and continuing to press forward into all the other magic that's coming after. And it's this: if the dream fell apart, don't quit. Reimagine. Don't give up. It's like what we just talked about. But I want to address specifically those of you who the dream has just totally fell apart and you feel like quitting. Like sometimes you're in the middle and you feel like quitting, or sometimes you're like totally lost. You're not even in the middle. You don't even know what's going on, and it just totally fell apart. Like you had this dream and you were so excited, and it's just like, whoa, where's my dream now? I can't even see it. That energy, that joy, that thing that was just driving you, the why that fueled you. Yeah. If it fell apart, don't quit. I'm here to just encourage you, to push you, to inspire you, to just tell you to hang in there, to don't give up, don't let go. Maybe it's just time to reimagine that dream. Because yeah, sometimes we hit a wall. Sometimes the dream, yeah, I got to be honest, it's not going to work out the way that you imagined it to work out. Sometimes it's going to look different once you cross the finish line. The key is you just can't give up. Maybe it's just time to reimagine. Maybe something failed. That's okay. You're in good company, because a lot of things in Walt Disney's life failed. But look at what we have now. Look at him now. Look at what we get to experience now because of him. You poured your heart into something and it didn't go the way you hoped. Yeah, it's tough, and life has a way of just causing us to get overwhelmed at times and to wonder how is it that we could pour everything and it just didn't happen. It can be so devastating. But I want to encourage you, my friends, because I care about you. I want you to hear this. Failure doesn't disqualify you. It redirects you. You have to see failure not as a disqualification, but as a redirection, a reimagining. We just talked about Walt losing characters. He lost money. I'm sure there was moments when he lost momentum. But you know the one thing about Walt, and the one thing that you and me can carry today that we learned from Walt and opening day, is his resilience. I mean, realistically, Disneyland should have never happened. I mean, think about it. Everything was against Walt's favor. And so when we walk into Disneyland, which is what I think about every time I step into Disneyland, I'm like, this is like I'm experiencing a miracle. Like I'm experiencing something that shouldn't have happened. All because some man named Walt Disney said, I'm going to make this dream happen. I'm going to keep pressing forward to the finish line. I'm not going to let anyone tell me what I can't do, because I'm going to believe in myself to do the very thing that I know I can do. I was built to do this. So what you and me have to understand, like we do from Walt, is we have to learn how to find a better way forward. Again, you look at Walt's life, so much loss and failure in his life. He big time. But he always found a better way forward. And you may feel like this chapter is over, but it doesn't mean your story is. That's why they're called chapters. Because when one chapter ends, another chapter begins. And I don't know of any book story about a life story that does not have failure in the chapter. So yeah, you got to write about it and you got to read it, because that's part of your story that builds you towards the next chapter and the next story. You can pivot, you can rise, you can rebuild, because you're just getting started. Those powerful words from Walt Disney aren't just historical, they're personal. It's just been sort of a dress rehearsal, Walt said. We're just getting started. That's for you. That's for me. So whether you've arrived or you're on the way or you're trying again, this moment is not the end. It's the spark of something new. One little spark of inspiration because you're just getting started. So here's what I want you to remember today. If the dream came true, dream again. If you're still building, don't stop. And if it fell apart, start again. And through it all, don't forget, you're just getting started. Hey, if this episode encouraged you, would you please do me a favor? Share it with a fellow dreamer. Leave a review or tag me on Instagram and tell me what dream you're building right now. I would love to hear from you, your stories. Thank you. So much for allowing me the opportunity to be part of your journey. I do believe that the best kind of magic is still ahead for all of us. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, you are the magic because the magic is in you.